Alexander the Great, one of the most extraordinary and enigmatic warriors of all time. At the age of 30, he was ruler of one of the largest empires ever known. From the olive groves of Greece to the dusty palaces of India, Alexander brought East and West together and forever changed the ancient world.
He's a wise man, he's a murderer, he's a psychopath, he's a genius. Alexander is everything. He's all these things, and perhaps none of them as well.
Join us on a quest to find what drove Alexander to conquer distant lands. Was he a military genius or a bloodthirsty tyrant? His deeds are legendary. But in the end, did a power-crazed Alexander become his own most dangerous enemy? Babylon, June 323 BC. Alexander lies dangerously ill, his body racked with fever. After 20,000 miles of bloodshed and conquest, his pursuit of eternal glory is finally at an end. Alexander's men gather anxiously around his bedside. The historian Plutarch describes the scene. Nothing could keep them from seeing him a last time, and the motive at almost every heart was grief and a sort of helpless bewilderment at the thought of losing their king. Within hours, one of the world's greatest warrior kings would be dead. What led to his untimely death at 32? How was the conqueror finally conquered? To find some answers, we must retrace his remarkable story. Alexander was born here in Pella, in northern Greece, in 356 BC. The golden age of Greece had long passed. The empire was now a weak collection of torn and divided city-states. Easy prey for Alexander's father, Philip. King Philip was a rough, womanizing soldier. He was a heavy drinker, a fierce fighter, and the idol of his battle-scarred troops. His army was one of the best in the ancient world. But Philip was also a ruthless politician. He created the state of Macedonia by taming the region's unruly tribes.
To my mind, Philip's achievement was obviously overwhelming, the most underestimated man in antiquity who balanced the army, a military genius. Quite extraordinary.
With diplomacy and brute force, Philip went on to conquer most of Greece. From his father, Alexander learned military skill and leadership. But his mother, Olympias, also was a powerful influence. From her, he inherited his passionate and emotional nature.
Her influence on Alexander will have been immense. She was a powerful woman, very, one might almost say, mystical.
Olympias was a follower of religious cults, particularly the cult of Dionysus, the god of wine and passion. She is rumored to have worshipped the god by dancing with wild abandon and by falling into strange trances.
In a way, Olympias was just as impressive and intimidating as her husband. She was highly intelligent, politically astute, and tough as nails. She had a proprietary attitude towards her son, undoubtedly loved him very deeply, but was there as his sentinel, protecting his vested interests.
Olympias spread a rumor that she had been impregnated by Zeus, the king of the gods, in the form of a snake. Throughout his life, Alexander would be fascinated by the thought he could be more than mortal.